y'all. I'm just looking at the amount of rain we're getting from the other day. We're hearing about a lot of flooding. We hear about a lot of landslides. We hear about the heavy rains. Basically, I hear that the gorge was locked off last night, for example. So there are some persons who cannot go home. There are some who cannot leave their homes. And then I'm reflecting on this verse found in Isaiah 43. I think it is verse 2, right? It says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, it will not sweep you over. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burnt. The flames will not set you ablaze. And I'm saying it's true. There are times in our lives when we are going through some moments, we are going through some rough time. Like the water won't consume us with probably a financial burden. You may be licked with something today, like sickness take your body today. Then you get another storm somewhere else, and you feel so consumed, you feel so exhausted, you feel so tired. But I'm reminding us that though we pass through those waters and those storms, we will not be consumed. Though you pass through the fire, sometimes some people ride through a fire and just go through something sometimes rather if you had died. But I'm reminding you that God will always be with you. He reminds us over and over from in the Old Testament, come straight throughout the New Testament, that you are not to be afraid. He does not give us a spirit of fear. It does not mean that you're not going to be fearful in situations. It does not mean that you're going to be traumatized or you're kind of scared or so on. But he's reminding you that he did not give you a spirit of fear, and therefore you don't wallow too much in that fear per se, but you just tough it out and push through regardless, because it is that we are to stand victorious at the end of the day. I'm also reflecting on Isaiah 41 verse 10. It says, do not fear, I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So there are times, even with me, there are times I'm so exhausted and tired. I said, no man, this too hard. God, yeah, really, God? Are you the expected one? You remember how John the Baptist was questioning God? God, really? Are you the expected one? Then, oh, me I go through so much, and me a Christian, and me I follow you. I question a lot of things, a lot of times, and it is very okay to question, because His grace is sufficient for us. So you need to question sometimes, because us in our human nature will not understand a lot of things, because you know that our ways are not like His ways and our thoughts are not like His. So sometimes you have to say, God, are really you are God? Then you make so much things that happen in my life. But what I've learned is that some of these trials and tests and stuff that we are going through, it is in an effort to strengthen and shape and mold us into the person He wants us to be in the next 5 and 10 years. So we may not understand and appreciate the challenges we are going through right now, but I'm pretty sure when you reach the stage, you will appreciate the season that you're going through, or this process that you're going through. It also it reminds us to also trust in Him. I remember when Paul was writing in, I think it was 2 Corinthians, he said there are several times he asked God to take away this thorn out of his flesh, and God did not remove the thorn, because God is reminding us that His grace is sufficient for us. Because if any day we believe that we are perfect, then God help with, you understand? So He deliberately put imperfection in us so that we have to depend on Him. So I'm asking you today to just embrace, be imperfectly perfect. It is very okay. You're gonna have flaws, you're gonna have issues, but don't dwell on that. You are fearfully and wonderfully made at the end of the day, you understand? So regardless of your flaws, whatever thorn you get, because everybody got a thorn, whatever thorn you got, just embrace it and push through same way. And don't be, everything in life is relative too, so don't compare yourself too much with some things or some people, because it is relative. You're gonna be relative to somebody else. So if you, for example, have $10,000 and a man have $1 million, you are poor relative to the man that have $1 million. But if somebody have billions of dollars, the man who have $1 million is poor relative to the one that has $1 billion. So I'm just giving you that analogy, that don't be so consumed and comparing yourself with people and things, because life is relative. It is always compared to something else. We are also encouraged that for persons who have strong faith, we are to go and tell and be a witness to others whose faith are wavering. Sometimes people go through some situation and then they're on the brink to just step up. God, this God thing now work. It just don't make no sense. But we are encouraged, the ones that have stronger faith are to go out and witness to those with little or no faith, so that we can be a witness and a testimony to help strengthen them. So that is the message for us today. It is going to be exhausting. It's going to be tiring. Stuff will happen. That is life, and the Bible tells us that it will happen. But we are encouraged to push through regardless, and just stand firm, meditate on the word of God, and he will work through us to strengthen us and help us to grow. That is the intention of all of the tests and trials, for our strengthening and for our growth. So let us not focus too much on why this happened to me and why that, but to look on it as a stepping stone for us to elevate more, and then we can come back now and share our testimony with somebody else who may be going through the same trials and temptations and stuff that we are going through. So that is a charge for you today, to just hold it, push through, and use whatever you're going through. What if you're going through a financial situation? Use it to increase your accounting and budgeting skills. That is how I look on life. So I'm not really look at anything like why me have to go through this and other people. You understand? Use that financial challenge that you're encountering right now to increase the accounting and budgeting skills, and see how God can multiply 2 fish and 5 bread. You understand? So use it to cheer you up and lift you up, instead of looking on life and feel defeated and dismayed. That is not the intention God wants for us to. We're standing and holding each other together and pushing through. The stronger ones are to pull the weaker ones, and with everything in life, that is what we are expected to do. The stronger set should also be pulling the weaker set. And I think too, you know, say 2 to 3% of persons own all of the wealth in the world. I mean, I say, oh, is that possible? Apparently most of them are not even so-called Christian, because you can't so much rich people, and yeah, some people are dead for hungry. Anyway, that is another issue to talk about at another time. But you understand, the strong ones are to help the weak ones. That is the essence of the message.